Two countries went to war, 255 British soldiers died, 649 Argentine soldiers died. The war lasted 74 days. And this Wednesday, 44 years later, that same war decides who referees a World Cup semi-final. Michael Oliver is the best referee at this tournament. 7 World Cup matches, more than any English official in history. His performances have been outstanding. FIFA's own assessors rate him among the top 3 officials here. He cannot referee England versus Argentina, not because he did anything wrong, not because FIFA suspended him, because in 1982, 3 years before Michael Oliver was born, Britain and Argentina went to war over a set of islands in the South Atlantic. And FIFA wrote that war into its rule book and never took it out. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why Wednesday's match in Atlanta is the most complicated, most historically loaded, most politically charged semi-final in the history of this tournament, and why the controversy around it has already started before a single ball has been kicked. Let's start with what actually happened on Saturday, because both semi-final berths were decided in the most dramatic fashion possible, and the way both teams got here tells you everything about what Wednesday night will feel like. England versus Norway, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens, extra time, England 1-0 down going into the second half, then Jude Bellingham again in extra time. 2 goals, 2-1. England through. Argentina versus Switzerland, Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City. Switzerland equalized in the 67th minute. Argentina were being held. Then Switzerland lost Breel Embolo to a second yellow card in the 72nd minute. But here's the detail that matters, and that has already caused controversy. VAR intervened to request the referee to review whether the booking given to Argentina's Leandro Paredes was a case of mistaken identity. Under a new VAR rule, introduced specifically for this tournament, referees can be asked to review whether they booked the wrong player. The referee changed his decision. Paredes was cleared. Embolo was given his marching orders instead. Think about what that means. Switzerland's most dangerous forward was sent off because VAR said the referee had booked the wrong player. Switzerland then played 30 minutes of extra time with 10 men. Julian Alvarez scored in the 112th minute. Argentina through 3-1. Was the VAR decision correct? FIFA says yes. Switzerland says no. And the football world, which has now watched Argentina benefit from controversial officiating decisions in matches against Algeria, Egypt, and now Switzerland, is asking the same question it has been asking for weeks. Here is where it gets bigger, much bigger. Subscribe right now, because what I am about to tell you about Wednesday's semi-final, the referee situation, the historical context, the political weight, is something that no mainstream broadcast will explain in full. Wednesday, July 15th, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, England versus Argentina, World Cup semi-final. The two nations meet at the World Cup for the first time since 2002, the first time since David Beckham's penalty in Sapro. And Michael Oliver, the most experienced English referee at this tournament, the man who has handled 7 matches without a serious error, cannot be in that technical area. FIFA's policy prohibiting English referees from officiating Argentina matches has been in place for decades. It traces directly to the Falklands War. The logic was that post-conflict political tension made it impossible to guarantee the perception of neutrality. At the time, that logic made sense. Britain and Argentina had just fought a war. The wounds were fresh. The idea of an English referee making a controversial call against Argentina or vice versa was genuinely dangerous for the integrity of the match. That was 1982. The players on the pitch Wednesday were not alive in 1982. Jude Bellingham was born in 2003. Lionel Messi was born in 1987. Not one player in either squad has any personal connection to the Falklands conflict. And yet, the rule written around that conflict, written when Ronald Reagan was in the White House and Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister, still decides who holds the whistle. Here's the question nobody at FIFA is answering. If the Falklands policy exists to protect perception of neutrality, to prevent the appearance of bias, then what does it say about neutrality that the referee best qualified to handle this match is excluded purely because of his nationality? And here is the detail that makes this even more uncomfortable. Argentina's VAR controversies at this tournament have all involved non-English referees. The Algeria match, a French official. The Egypt match, a French official. The Switzerland match, a Portuguese official. Every single controversial decision that has gone Argentina's way has been made by a referee from a country with no historical conflict with Argentina, Michael Oliver. The English referee who cannot officiate Argentina handled Spain versus Belgium, a match with its own contested penalty decision. He got it right. His handball ruling on Rodri was technically correct under the laws as they are written. He has not been involved in a single controversy at this tournament. The referee banned from the most controversial team's semi-final is the one with the cleanest record. Now here is where both sides deserve to be heard. The people defending FIFA's policy will say this: rules are not only about what is true, they are about what is perceived to be true. Even if Michael Oliver is perfectly neutral, the moment he makes a controversial call against Argentina, every media outlet in South America will say it was because of the Falklands. The policy protects the match from that narrative. Perception matters in sport, and honestly, they are not wrong. But the people who think the rule has become absurd will say something very specific. The rule was written to address a political crisis. That crisis has been over for 44 years. Both countries have normal diplomatic relations. Both countries trade with each other. Their citizens travel freely between them. The conflict is history, not present reality. And using a 44-year-old war to decide who referees a football match in 2026 does not protect neutrality. It undermines it by suggesting that English referees cannot be trusted to be fair, not because of anything they have done, but because of something their government did before they were born. And honestly, they are not wrong either. Wednesday night in Atlanta will be watched by more people than any England match since the 2022 World Cup final. It will be watched across Argentina by virtually every person in the country. And every decision, every yellow card, every VAR review, every penalty appeal will be analyzed in real time by a billion people who have spent weeks watching Argentina's officiating controversies unfold. And the referee who has handled this tournament better than almost anyone else, who has the experience, the composure, and the track record to manage exactly this kind of match, will be watching from somewhere else because of a war that ended in 1982, before he was born. So here is the question: should football in 2026 still be governed by a rule written around a conflict that ended 44 years ago? Or is the idea that nationality can never be fully separated from a referee's judgment, that the perception of bias will always follow certain